Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 109 of the Battleship Brawl Season 5 tournament. Almost stumbled over my own tongue there. This episode, we've got the HNMS Norge by FWS Kungen, challenging the ICB Cram C by a Wellner. Let's go ahead and get into position. And here we go, round one underway. Now that APS gun's actually doing a little bit of work, already knocked off 1% of the Norge's health. Granted, it's been mostly non-critical blocks, but it's doing something. So far, the ICB also only taken, cosmetic damage, basically. Taking a bit more hits there. Got some nice holes on the side of her. But those, the cram mortars just landed on the Norge, taking it down to 96%. ICB still at 99%. And that funnel just getting absolutely wrecked by the APS gun of the ICB. And there comes another mortar strike. That didn't seem to do a whole lot, really. I mean, honestly. So far, really, all the damage the Norge has taken has been to its superstructure. There's hardly any, actual hull damage. And those ram mortars didn't seem to penetrate terribly far. Here comes the next volley. Yeah, see, they're not doing a whole lot. Let's be honest, but they're doing more than the Norge is doing to the ICB. Granted, the ICB is repairing like crazy. Got a pretty sizable hole blown in its superstructure here, but again, that's just superstructure. Oh, the APS gun has taken damage. It's basically disabled. It's not going to be able to reach the Norge in that state. And I doubt it's going to get repaired. Another volley of cram mortars in, scoring some direct hits, but some of the shots actually still missing, thanks to inaccuracy, because this is held back on the version of mortars before they got perfect accuracy. Those are starting to get down inside here a bit, or maybe not. Well, there's a little bit. And without the APS gun plugging away, the HP values have evened right out. Oh, and also with the ICB not able to repair. Why is the friggin' APS gun shooting way over here for some reason? I mean, not that it matters, even if it was aiming towards the Norge, there's no way it'd be able to hit with its shells at that low speed. It'd never make it. Norge is looking awfully low in the water, though. Bow is almost submerged. Actually, the deck is awash. Deck of the bow. Norge seems to have fairly sturdy deck armor, which is doing quite well in countering the ICB's cranes, or the ICB's mortars. But it's not doing a whole lot of damage in return. Like, at this rate, both of these ships are going to survive to the 5-minute mark. That APS gun's shooting the exact opposite direction of where it should be. Pretty much. Oh, there are no mortars in the air. I think the ICB's weapons might be disabled. But we've only got 35 seconds left in the match, and I don't think the Norge is going to be able to take out the ICB before it ends. Like, that may very well be the last bit of damage that gets done this match. I'm not sure the Norge has time to reload. Well, no, but it's going to get a couple of shots in there. That's basically going to be it right there. Okay, need to stop it because apparently I still haven't remembered to change the time. So it's 89.1 for the Norge and 73.7 for the ICB. So yeah, see, that's Huh. Oh, right, it's going to stay 0 until I was like, why isn't the show updating? But it's because I set it up that way, so I wouldn't have divide by 0 errors showing up until I have the, you know, the third round in there. Anyway. Oh, why didn't I change the time? Yeah, see, match time is still 600. I need to fix that. You know what? Just to make sure I don't screw up. Whoop, no. Place it, 300. There we go, 5 minutes. Alright. And here we go. APS again, once again plugging away. Honestly, it seems to be kind of more effective than the ram mortars of the ICB. The ICB is quite resistant to damage because, like, a lot of this in here, it's just open space. Like, you hit it and it doesn't really do anything. Oh, those are heading for the for the APS gun though. A little bit behind. Oh, some of these cram mortars have been disabled. Speaking of, we've got another volley coming in. Let's go ahead and follow these shells in to their target. This gun has been disabled. And that's a huge thing for the ICB. In the first round, it didn't manage to disable any of the Norge's guns. I think every single gun lasted 5 minutes. Eliminate the, 25% of your enemy's firepower when in the first run you eliminated 0 is a pretty big swing. especially given how close that first round was. I mean, the ICB was losing, but it was not that bad. It was not that far apart. Tell, like, the ICB was actually able to repair these two disabled guns up here, and it's almost getting itself back to full health because of the reduced DPS from the Norge. But it is about to run out of materials, and once that happens, its HP does start crumpling a lot faster. There's the rest of the volley. I was like, what the heck? I'm pretty sure I saw... Yeah, see, that shell actually got down in there enough and blew a hole all the way through to the underside. This is a very close match. Neither ship was able to do really catastrophic damage to the other, like we've seen in other battles. That was a direct hit there, but that turret just fine. Norge is getting a lot of lists though. That's an indication of some buoyancy issues developing. But yeah, once that really fragile superstructure gets knocked off, the Norge just kind of stops taking damage from the ICB. I mean, it's still taking some, obviously, but not a lot. And even with one of the Norge's guns disabled, the ICB has been brought down to pretty much the same HP level as the Norge. And its cram shots are getting more spread out and less concentrated because the timings have been disrupted by guns being damaged and then repaired. And also muzzle velocities, having barrels blown off and whatnot, slows the shell down and then doesn't do as high an arc, so it actually comes down faster. Or at least travels a shorter distance. It might not actually be faster. That would involve math way too complicated for me to do off the top of my head. Let's go check on the ICB. The ICB has fallen behind in HP again. Oh, seems like she's going a bit dead in the water too. Props are still working and spinning, but looks like it's lost half of them. And the ones that are working are not working with the power you would like if you were the captain of the ship. But we are close to running out of time again. It's a very close match. Even closer this time around with the Norge losing one of its guns early on. Like an entire turret. It didn't pop off, but it was disabled. Oh, and another one was disabled back here. And time. So that is the end of round 2. We've got 84.2 for the Norge. And 78.4 for the ICB. So it's quite close. The average HPs are only 7 points different right now. It's an extremely close match. if round 3 goes like round 1 and 2, then the vote is going to be very important for this one. It's going to be the deciding factor. So whoever wins the vote will end up winning the match, probably. But here we go, round 3. Let's see if it ends up like round 1 and 2. Maybe something different happens. If the Norge can manage to skill, if either one can manage to score a kill on the other, that would make a big difference in the points. But with 2 rounds being so close, the third one being a decisive victory won't necessarily give you enough points to save you from the vote. Oh, Norge losing several barrels on this turret. Oh, and I got shot in the face. Oh, I mean, I keep flying into the front of turrets and then being surprised that I get shot in the face by a giant explosion. It seems kind of dumb. When you think of it that way, anyway. And 3 of the 4 barrels on this turret have been disabled. Pick up another volley in. Scoring some hits, but not, like, again, the Norge just doesn't really take damage from the ICB's cram mortars. They don't penetrate very far, and their explosions don't blow off many blocks. They're seeming a little anemic against the Norge. Oh, I say that, and then a shell managed to get down in there. Probably this one right here. Not sure how, but that rear turret has been disabled. That thing could totally aim and fire at the ICB right now. There's no way it's out of its firing arc. But it's not. ICB sitting at 99.4% HP with just under half its materials left to repair still. This round is looking much better for the ICB, whereas for the Norge it looks like it's the same as the first 2 rounds. But the ICB is fully repaired. I mean, then it takes a hit and it's not so fully repaired anymore, but several shells hitting this turret here, but it seems to be okay. Yeah, this rear turret being disabled, it lost its local weapon controller or the AI or something. It's a huge strike for the ICB. The ICB is out of materials now. Jeez, wow, where'd all those materials go? It just had like 10,000. And its HP hasn't really changed. It had to have taken damage to a cram mortar. It had to repair it. Yeah, you can see one of them was damaged over here. And that's how the materials gonna need? That's expensive. The APS gun just plugging along. That was a dangerous shot, but looks like the armor held just fine. I was expecting a hole, but there's not really a hole. Unless that's the hole from that shell. The ICB doesn't really take a whole lot of damage from the Norge either. Like they're both very sturdy versus their opponent's weapons. Time is up. So this round it's 78.7 versus 94.5. So that's a 4-point difference in score. It's a very small difference, so the vote is going to be extremely important. Which ship did you prefer? Which do you think deserves to win? Do you think maybe the modern aesthetic of the ICB and its the way it's put together is enough to overcome that 4-point difference, and it should be given the win over the Norge? Or do you like the more traditional way it looks and how this was put together and how they fought one another in this fight? Which one do you like better? That's basically what the poll's asking. And whoever wins the votes is almost certainly going to win the match. So make sure you head on over to the Discord to cast your vote. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.